Hi, everyone. I'm Leslyn Keith with the Lipedema Project and Lipedema Simplified. And I am here with my friend and colleague, Catherine Seo. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Leslyn.
Hi. We're here again to talk to you, as we do every Friday, about what's new and coming up with lipedema. And we always have lots of new stuff. Some things we repeat because we're so excited. There are events that are coming up, but we do have more new stuff to talk to you about. I think the first thing we were going to talk about was, of course, our coming symposium that's going to be happening on October 22, 23, and 24, Innovative Solutions for Lipedema and Lymphedema. And there you can see the link to register is right there. And the reason is so much on our minds is that both Catherine and I have been doing these Facebook Lives with our speakers. And I hope this is increasing your excitement about the wonderful speakers that we have coming. We've been having an opportunity to talk with them, and just they're sharing a little bit of what their story is and what they're going to be talking to about this symposium. Of course, it's all happening virtually, so we're excited about that. Catherine and I have been working on this for a while, and I think we have quite a symposium in store for you. We are going to be looking at a holistic model. So all the aspects of the best care that you can have for lipedema and lymphedema. And so we're looking at not just the physical, which includes keto, because that's our foundation with the nutrition, but we're also looking at mental, psychological, emotional, spiritual, and social aspects of the best care that you can have for your condition. And wow, do we have some wonderful speakers for all of those things. Catherine, why don't you tell people a little bit about, well, our keynote speaker for the first day is your former physician, Dr. Matthew Carmody. Can you tell a little bit about him?
Yeah, Dr. Carmody is honestly one of a kind. He is such a collaborator with his patients. And he was with me, and so we collaborated. And what did that mean? Like, he didn't know, and I didn't know. All we knew is I had all these unspecified symptoms, like swelling that wouldn't go away, and pain and bruising. And you all know because you all share that symptomology. And what ended up happening is he just dove in with me. And together we walked that path for years. And he became so interested in what was happening that he began to delve into lipedema and lymphatic disorders, and is an obesity medicine diplomat, it's called. He's a specialist in obesity medicine. And he'll be our keynote speaker because what he does as a physician is he works with each and every patient with this holistic approach, with this whole idea that the patient is a whole person and not just a part or not just a symptom, but something that is very alive and vibrant. So he will be our Friday night keynote speaker, Friday, whatever time you are in,
Yes.
whatever time zone you are in, but it will be on Friday. The link is running across like a ticker tape, and it's also above where we are. There's a link to the symposium information page. So be sure that you at least go and check it out. But the other thing is that there's a link to Leslyn's book, or to pre-order Leslyn's book. Mm-hmm. So Leslyn's book, The Lymphatic Code, will be released in a couple of weeks. It's a fabulous book. I'll tell you, I mean, the quote that I'm using on all of our emails that are going out is, if only I had that book when I started, it would have saved me years of effort and searching, because it answers so many questions. Listen, can you talk a little bit about your book? And I'm going to put the link. Leslyn's going to be doing a webinar on is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. And this link, bit.ly/Leslyn Keith, will get you to the registration page. It's a free webinar. I think it's at 6 or 6:30. I never remember. Do you remember what time is it?
It is. I actually have it down for 5 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, really?
But I wonder if I have it down for the wrong time.
Let me look. Go ahead. You talk about your book.
So yes, Catherine will look up the correct information about the webinar. But what I was going to say is that Catherine said that, you know, the book answers a lot of questions. But I will tell you, we're still learning. This is still a journey, and we're still collaborating and finding out more. You know, the experts in the field and the people who have lymphatic and fat disorders, we're still learning. But this book, I hope, starts to put you on the right track. The lymphatic code really looks at how to have the healthiest lymphatic system you can, starting with diet, but looking at all other aspects. And also it looks at the involvement of the lymphatic system in both health and disease, because it's been an ignored body system, and people don't know how important this is to your health to have a healthy lymphatic system. So what Catherine was starting to say too is that if you register for the conference, we will send you a free link to the PDF download of my book as a thank you for registering for our conference. So be sure and follow the link for the conference and get more information about our Innovative Solutions Conference. And then when you register, you will get that link to my book. And then in order to find out more about the book, of course, join us at the webinar. And Catherine was right, it's 6 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, September 8th. Join us for that to learn more about my book. And I'm looking at some comments that are in the chat right here. Cheryl says, I went to an oncology appointment yesterday and told me there was no such thing as lipedema, only lymphedema. How do you deal with that? That is tough. It's tough. And because there are, unfortunately, physicians who have that standpoint. They don't believe it is an actual condition. Now, what's coming out, hopefully in 2022, is that there will be a bona fide code, diagnosis code for lipedema, and that will help back you up when you say, no, it really is a condition. But another way you can also deal with that is to bring in research articles, peer-reviewed articles written by other physicians, and physicians tend to put more credence in things written by another physician. So that might also help you. But the important thing is to come at it with, I'm trying to help you, help me. I want to raise your awareness. Don't try not to let them feel stupid, because something might not react well to that. So that's my best advice for handling that. Catherine, do you have anything to suggest? Because I know it's not an uncommon situation.
Yeah, it's a really difficult one. And like Leslyn says and about to somehow share information about it, but not in a way that the physician feels like they're undermined, because then they become defensive and they're like, who are you? Where's your MD? Where did you get your MD? On Google, one of the doctors once said to someone, I have my MD from so-and-so. Did you get yours at Google? No, you got to have a sense of humor and as best as you can to, develop a relationship with whoever your primary or GP is, and that will make a difference. There's another question here that I want to address from Janine in New Zealand. She said she's 3 weeks post-op surgery with her lower legs, and it's been very hard. First of all, I'm so sorry you're having a hard time with it, Janine. I want you to know that's not uncommon, especially with the lower legs. the lower legs, for some reason, with liposuction are extremely sensitive. The best thing you can do is make sure that you hydrate. I know this sounds silly, but drink a lot of water because it helps to keep things moving in your system. Number two, nobody tells you this, but when I had it, I found that ice was very helpful. So I would, curl up with ice packs. The third thing is movement. It even if you can't, if you're too sore to walk a lot, just extend your legs. I'm doing it now. And extend your legs and then pump your feet. Just pump your feet like this. Like your feet go like this. And do that for like 10 or 15 minutes at a time. And then you can do it like together. And then you can do it opposite, like this, like this, like this. And they're very simple, but it will keep the muscle moving and it will help to alleviate any kind of pooling of the fluid. Leslie, is there anything else? I mean, those 3 tips I know are good, but you may have others.
Well, and I think you suggested fantastic things. It is amazing how underutilized ice is. I've talked to patients that after their bilateral mastectomy, and the pain meds weren't doing it, but putting some ice packs on their chest was what helped. I mean, the one person told me that she had her spouse go to the ice machine in the hospital and bring him to her because the hospital wasn't providing it to her. So she got a friend, or spouse to bring and get some ice and then just put it on her chest. And that was way better than the pain meds. So I think that's underutilized. Of course, if anything, if any of these suggestions cause you more pain or don't seem to help, don't do them. Okay. Do what makes you feel better. But I think you will get some relief from all of those things. Keeping elevated as much as you can, but keeping movement. So how Catherine suggested doing those ankle pumps, you can do that with your feet up. Okay, when your feet are down and you've just had that lowest part of your legs worked on, all the fluid's going to collect there and it's going to cause more discomfort. So elevation with the movement, and then and using some ice. And then you also said one more thing too that was also really good too, that I'm forgetting now.
I don't know what I said.
But so try those and see if that helps. It is it's been 3 weeks. I'm hoping that you've had some improvement. It's not as uncomfortable as it was right after. Janine, and you're a little bit better. And you had apparently a lot of blood loss and you had to have an infusion and you needed some iron. So that is also going to contribute to a lot of fatigue. And the fatigue will also, it seems to accentuate the pain. When you're super tired, it makes the pain worse. So the more that the iron is balanced out and you don't have such severe fatigue, then that will also help. It will get better and hopefully very soon for you.
Something else that we have so much stuff that's coming up. One thing that we're starting up, and I'm going to be making this a little more public, is something called the Real You Project. We have, actually, it's starting to expand, but we have at least 2 and probably something like 20 or 30 photographers worldwide who will be taking photos of lipedema ladies. And that includes a 5-day spa retreat that we're going to be having in Los Angeles. And then there's going to be a 5-day spa retreat in New York City. And the reason why we say spa, because in addition to the photo shoot, there's going to be a makeup artist and a stylist. And we're going to have a day of pampering with facials and facials, massages, reflexology. There's a whole array of spa services, and at least one, and possibly 2 days. And the place has a pool and a jacuzzi and a steam and a sauna. It's just gorgeous. And so, but while I'm talking about all of that, what's really there is that we are spending 3 months together doing very deep work in learning to really love, accept, have compassion for, and befriend our own bodies and our appearance, which is something we've worked for a long time with many, many lipedema ladies. And often it's at the core of issues that we share. So that will be starting in October. And I'm going to do a few webinars about it. Not this week or next week, but probably in mid-September we'll start. So it's an opportunity of a lifetime. The photographer is literally the top photographer for headshots. Headshots are common for actors and celebrities, and he's shot a lot of them, and his students. So we are looking forward to it. Even Leslie's going to get a facial massage and reflexology. She's getting the whole works.
Well, and I'll tell you that my hairstylist, before I moved away from San Luis Obispo, California, I had been with the same person for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And she, for a while, she had someone in the office that did facials. And I was doing that about once a month. It is, I mean, I before had done massages and everything. Facials, I mean, are where it's at. I really like those. And I had someone to give me a gift of doing a manicure, pedicure. Facial has it way over on those. So I highly recommend doing that kind of pampering.
Yeah, I agree. So anyway, the dates are the ones in LA are for November 30th through December 5th. And the dates from New York are right now, we're going to confirm them, but December 15th through the 19th.
And prior to that, it's going to be all online stuff, right? It's all going to be meeting people virtually in groups, and we'll be doing special presentations and stuff like that. So the special spa and photo shoot and everything is the culmination of the class. Leading up to that, you're going to do everything online. And even if you can't do the culmination event, we still recommend that you take the course, right, Catherine?
Yes. And we haven't confirmed it yet, but the photographer his name is Peter Hurley. And there's a TED Talk. The best thing I can recommend to anyone is to watch Peter Hurley's TED Talk. So just Google, I'm going to put it in the chat, Peter Hurley TED Talk, and it'll come up. It's a talk on appearance and self-acceptance. And he's just phenomenal. And he has photographers that work with him literally all over the world. He's got something like 18,000 photographers in his list. So we are going to come when I do the webinar. Leslie and I will be doing a webinar about it sometime in the next month or so. Come and you'll hear more about it. In the meantime, prepare to fall madly in love with yourself.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And with that, on that wonderful note, we're going to end here because I see we're almost coming up to the 20-minute mark, and we try to keep these below 20 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We love talking to you about what's coming up. and we enjoy having your comments and responding to your comments. And we'll see you again next Friday.
Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.